I believe about 60% of the funding or more for the African Union comes from the European Union and other sources. I apologize if I got the data wrong.
What about that,
Yes.
Madam Ambassador, given that, of course, your beautiful headquarters in Addis Ababa is a president from Beijing?
That's correct. Let me, he touched on a lot of issues that I would like to address. First of all, I do agree with you, with Professor Naidu, on the boundaries that were imposed upon us by our colonial masters. And it might also, it's quite refreshing to let you know that the African leaders have committed to melting the boundaries. Regional trade as well as intercontinental trade is the only way that we can survive as African countries. So they are fully aware of that, and efforts are underway to encourage regional as well as continental integration. It is a must, and that is the only way Africa can become self-sufficient, one. Secondly, to answer Dr. Naidu's question as to when is the African Union going to be able to sustain itself. Now, beginning January of next year, the African Union is going to impose a 0.2% tax on all the goods coming into Africa. That is more than enough to cover all the expenses of the African Union, 100%. So yes, we are working towards the African Union being self-sufficient, and the African Union must be self-sufficient. There is no reason why we should continue to get in excess of 75% support from the European Union and other organizations. So we are on the right track to being self-sufficient. And so January of next year, we should see ourselves in a different place. Back to continental trade. I was just reading statistics on power. Mm-hmm. If Africa were to connect the existing power lines today, we would increase access to power by at least another 30%, and in the process save billions of dollars by simply connecting the power lines that we have today. Mm. We have countries that are net exporters of power. Why aren't we importing to our fellow Africans? We have countries that are net importers, and yet we're all exporting outside Africa while other countries are importing inside Africa. Mm. The African Union, the leaders are talking. This is the platform through which the leaders are beginning to say, this insanity has got to stop. It makes no sense. We have everything we need as the continent.
But a lot of these countries do not even pay their annual dues.
We're working on it again under the leadership of President Kagame. That situation has improved significantly, believe me.
Do they sincerely know that there is a saying that whoever pays the piper calls the tune?
We're very much aware of that, which is why the push is towards self-sufficiency. The push is towards melting of the borders that are not our borders. And the African Union leaders are in agreement that the only way for Africa to survive is through integration.